buildings, shops, and restaurants. People and traffic. A street is the heartbeat of a city. Here a door opens on local life. History is brought into the present. Travelogue takes you on a tour of the streets of some of China's towns and cities. Travel with Travelogue.
Is this on? Hi, I'm Yin and welcome to Travelogue Street Special. Today, we're in Beihai, which is one of the first trading ports in China. You're probably wondering why I'm filming this by myself, but there's a perfectly good explanation, I promise, and I'll explain it to you later. Anyway, Beihai is known for its brilliant pearls, beautiful beaches, and radiant sunshine. But don't just take my word for it. Let's take a look around. Cut. Beihai literally means north of the sea, north of the Beibu Gulf or Gulf of Tonkin. The ocean town is perched on the southern tip of the Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, and its strategic location explains why it served as a key center of trade as early as 2,000 years ago. Tropical breezes, palm-lined boulevards, and plenty of water. That's Beihai for you in a nutshell. Previously regarded only as a stop along the way to Hainan or Vietnam, Beihai is slowly drawing a growing crowd of maritime enthusiasts. In this street special, we will explore 3 types of streets: the old streets of Beihai, the coastline, and the street of ships lining the water. The 2 oldest streets are Zhongshan Road and Zhuhai Road, built around 1883. These 2 roads run parallel on the northern coastline and are lined with a special building called the Qilou. The Qilou is a very special architectural structure. It literally means buildings that ride above. And it kind of looks like it too. You see, the buildings seem to ride above these passageways on top of these very thick pillars. Although it's not unique just to Beihai, it's so well preserved right here. Because of Beihai's openness as a trading port and exposure to foreign influence, many Western structures were built around the late 19th century. The Qilou is one of them. Their ancient colonial buildings are a harmonious mixture of Western and Chinese style, adding to the sleepy tropical atmosphere. Aside from their unique beauty, you can also appreciate their functional value. See? The Qilou is perfect. You don't have to worry about the burning sun like over there. And also, as you take a stroll along these streets, you can enjoy some beautiful sights. For instance, a family lives there, and they often post these big, bright red banners. They're very bright and colorful, and they wish you good luck and prosperity. The banners on the doors bring in fortune, while the posters of guards drive away evil spirits. Scary. One quick glance at the street, and you may suppose that you're in Europe. But don't assume that what you see is an exact replica of Western architecture. A closer look, and you will discover deep-rooted Chinese culture embedded in everything. Under the Qilou, you could witness the essence of local Beihai life. The pathways are considered an extension of the streets where residents sit and relax, and shopkeepers get ready for business. Although the street's not inhabited by many people, those you do meet sure are friendly. Although the commercial center has moved elsewhere, you can see remnants of the past. Along the street are shops for household goods, fishing shops, and clothing items. Whoa, my time is limited, and Zhuhai Road is over 1 kilometer long, so I'd better pick things up. This road is so long, and it's so tiring to walk, so the best means of transportation is one of these carts. All aboard! Let's speed up! A long day of exploration goes perfectly with a relaxing evening. In the center of the city, you can find opera every night from 8 to 10:30, so long as it doesn't rain. The local Yue opera is a free performance that draws large crowds. Wake up, you're missing a good show! Although the stage is simply set in the street, the performance is quite formal, and the singers take their roles very seriously, even applying stage makeup. By the way, most of the singers are over 50 years old, but just because they're not young pop stars doesn't mean they don't have loyal fans. This woman here is your local Britney Spears. In fact, many people buy bunches of flowers to give to her. Now, what else is there to do in Beihai? One of the main tourist attractions is the Exhibition Center for Shellfish and Coral. The museum boasts a collection of live shellfish and coral, collecting varieties from all over the world. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. These are so nice, let's not sell them. This is the largest exhibition center of its kind here in China. Actually, there are 600 different types of shellfish. That includes 7,000 pieces, of which one is worth $80,000. Let's try to find it. Nice indeed, but certainly pricey. Which one could it be? Besides shellfish, the museum also boasts an impressive collection of coral. Coral can live up to 1,200 years, but usually die prematurely due to environmental destruction. If you want a view like this, you would have to swim to the depths of the ocean. But here, you can get a view of so many different types of coral, all alive and well. It looks like they're waving their arms at you. The colors of the coral are often so striking, you might think the lighting was playing tricks in your eyes. However, what you see is the natural color. The colorless lighting's main function is to allow coral photosynthesis. This is not coral. It's called a sea flower. And the sea flower has a very unique relationship with the clownfish. They're mutually interdependent. And that's because a lot of the fish's predators are afraid of the sea flower's poison. At the same time, the sea flower gets a lot of its food and nutrients from the clownfish, so they're very good friends. The sea flower is also called a sea anemone. Although it looks like a flower, it's actually a meat-eating animal that uses its poisonous tentacles to sting its prey and then push it into its mouth. Underwater World is another great place to take a look at the world beneath the ocean. It's a tourist attraction known for its many performances, including girls diving in the 6-meter water tank. They're doing some crazy things. Even, yes, feeding sharks. Here, they also play with Fei Fei, a 300-year-old turtle who's the biggest sea turtle in China. The show is around 20 minutes, and it's performed several times a day. That's all, folks. Bye! In the museum, there's a very well-known glass tunnel where you can feel submerged in the underwater world, surrounded by big fish and little fish, pretty fish, and, well, you can judge for yourself. But fish are really no fun to play with, so I found my friend Qi, the acrobat, and he gave me a kiss. Yes. Oh, his aim wasn't so good on that one. If you're lucky, you'll get kissed and kissed and kissed again. I want to kiss the host too. How come he gets all the attention? What are they doing? Oh, let's watch something else. Silver Beach lies to the south of Beihai, stretching 24 kilometers west and varies in width from 30 to 300 meters. The beach has a reputation as one of the best in China, and you can swim and play volleyball and even sunbathe. Currently, Beihai is one of the 14 major open cities along the coast, and the only city in the National Minority Autonomous Region that has direct access to the sea. The ports are lined with freight vessels and rowboats that aren't just a means of transportation, but also serve as homes. To move from one ship to another, you can take a 1 RMB water taxi. This is what I call a street of ships. All these ships are lined up, almost forming a road. And many of the people live on these ships. They don't just use them for boating. They actually have their daily routine. They watch TV, they cook, they eat, they sleep. Their lives revolve around these ships. The daily lives of these people, although seem slow, is actually quite busy. Beihai was formerly a fishing village, and so many people still make a living out of going to sea to catch fish. Some even do business selling food and snacks by the water. These people are sometimes called egg people, since their boats look like the bottom half of an eggshell, drifting in the water. The fishermen constantly prepare to go out to sea. These trips can last anywhere from 6 to 7 days to half a month. Hey, 师傅，这是什么东西啊？这个是冰柜，冰梨的。This right here is a cooler for storing your fish when it gets too hot. It's like a refrigerator. Oh. Take off your shoes. 你们就住在这里对吧？啊，每一个房一个人。Oh, let's take a look at the bedroom. Ah, so it's like this. There's a little window here. It's small but very cozy. From the outside, these boats seem to be pretty plain and even old-fashioned. But take a closer look and you'll see that these ships are actually very modern. Captain, where are we? Actually, I can tell you exactly where we are because this is not your typical mom-and-pop rowboat. This ship is equipped with the finest technology. Look over here. This radar shows us exactly where we are. And to the left, you can figure out where the fish are located on that little screen. It's perfect. Everything well-equipped. Let the ship do its own work and you can take a little rest. I can't imagine living on a boat, but these fishermen treat their boats just like their houses, even decorating them. The red flowers here serve the same function as the red banners on the doors of the houses. Do you remember? Bringing fortune and prosperity? Okay, so now what we really need to do is go fishing. That way we can be a true fisherman. However, the ride takes about 3 hours to get to the best spot. Now we're getting further and further from Beihai, which is back there. Today the wind is especially strong, and so you can see this boat is shifting back and forth and back and forth. I don't know if my stomach can handle it much longer. Let's be honest, I'm getting a little dizzy right now. The guy you just saw, the captain, why does he look so fine? How come he's not moved at all? Can he? I don't understand how he can remain so calm here. I'm bumping and bumping and I can't handle it anymore. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. No. 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm not seasick. I'm not seasick. I'm really not seasick. So, the mystery is solved. Everyone is seasick. I'm the only one left. I thought being a fisherman would be easy, but no. Luckily, I have one of these. So I can fish on my own. A trip to Beihai is really not complete unless you tour Huizhou Island, the youngest and largest volcanic island in China. The island is located 36 sea miles directly south of Beihai, and the journey to the island takes about 2.5 hours by a small ferry. A view from above and you'll see the result of volcanic activity and weathering. The island is sometimes known as a museum of volcanoes. Now, I'm no geologist, so I'm largely unfamiliar with the formation and the development of the island. Seems pretty mysterious. So, my first stop was the Museum of Huizhou Island. It's unimaginable that Huizhou Island, like Hawaii, was formed as a result of tectonic activity and volcanic action. However, one big difference is that although the volcanoes of Hawaii are still active today, the ones in Huizhou Island saw their last eruption 7,000 to 10,000 years ago. The exhibit in the museum includes remnants of the island's formation, including coral rocks and solidified lava. Three, 2, 1. This is a bomb, but don't be afraid because it's a volcanic bomb. And this bomb was formed when the volcano erupted and spewed forth lots of lava right up into the air. And then as this lava fell back to the earth, it spun very, very quickly, and eventually when it landed on the earth's surface, it became a solid, like this. Sometimes they form very strange structures, like that one, which I can't really explain. On the island, you can find craters and marine abrasion platforms. A perfect place to take a look at these is the Volcano National Park. I was told that Huizhou Island has not seen rain in almost a year. But a storm stirred up just as we reached the park. Luckily, the guy who concluded that every cloud has a silver lining was just on the dot. In the rain, a calm, fantastic, immortal world unfolded before my eyes. The gray, motionless coral rocks almost convinced me that life was at a standstill. That is, until I saw the tiny crabs rushing about. These are all coral rocks. Let's flip one over and see what's underneath. Nothing. I'm not stopping until I find the crabs underneath these rocks. 1, 2. Nothing. Go! Oh! Come back! Come back! I got it. Hold on. It's right under my hand. Look at him. Oops. Wow. This is an example of coral rock. It was formed because this used to be real coral, and after it died, it solidified and turned into this skeleton-like thing. If you look carefully, it's like little flowers up here, or fireworks. So beautiful, huh? Although the volcanoes are no longer active, the island is by no means dead, as the volcano is surrounded by a large area of coral reef, and it's particularly rich in plant and sea animals. Persistent weathering by flowing water has also transformed the landscape. The surface I'm standing on right now actually used to be a mountain, like the one you saw over there. But because of erosion from the waters, the cliffs got moved back, and what's left now is just this flat, smooth surface. Wow, this perfectly round pit is actually a volcanic bomb crater. When the volcanic bombs hit the surface of the earth, they created this little hole here. But this is not the only type of shape. There's some over here too. This seems to be a lot narrower and a lot flatter. But I wonder where the bombs are. Maybe they're all in the museum. On this small island, far from the center of this city, it's pretty surprising to find a Catholic cathedral. It was actually built in 1882 by French missionaries. They must have found something very extraordinary. Let's take a look inside. The cathedral was finished 10 years after it started to be built. And it was built by coralline stone, soils, tiles, and wood. It has an area of 774 square meters and also includes a hospital, an abbey, and a school. This is a typical Gothic church, but it's also very unique. For instance, over here, this is not just regular cement. It was actually made with glutinous rice and honey. Very sturdy, actually. 100 years of typhoons and weathering have not moved this church 1 inch. Do you know what that is? It's actually a part of the church. It's coral rock, proof that everything here is local. And look at this building. It's on the wall itself. This piece right here, piece of history, built in this church. Huizhou is known for its abundant and cheap seafood, but also abounds in delicious bananas. These bananas are in Huizhou only, not even in Beihai City. Hey!
everybody, my name's Mr. Banana, and I'm from Wajo Island. Although I may look kind of ugly, but you look at the smile on my face and you know I'm delicious. So come and give me a try. See ya.
It is in Beihai where you can enjoy the true power of nature. Time and sea, molding history. The fresh ocean air and the last rays of sunshine. This is why I love the sea. Looking into the vastness, I wonder where I will go next time. But that's for tomorrow to figure out. This is Travelogue, and this is our street special. I'm Ken Yu. See you next time.